What's going on, guys? All right, something that has been requested several times is how do I split apart my lenses from my tow mirrors when I do the builds. So today, or tonight, or whatever you want to call it, whenever you watch the video, I'm going to show you how to split the lenses apart from the housings on the tow mirrors. That way you can stick your switchbacks inside of it. I'm not going to really show you my method of putting the switchbacks in it. That's going to be for you to figure out. They do have 3M double-sided tape adhered to the back of them, so that's it's a hint. Some people use beading wire or whatever that really thin wire for headlights is, but I've seen some different ways that people do it. Some ways really aren't very clean, and you could really tell that there's something holding it down. So, but yeah, I do it completely differently, and you can't tell. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started on showing you what I do, and we'll go from there. Now, when I first started doing this, it used to be really simple to get these split apart. I used to be able to stick a butter knife in between the lens and the housing and actually pry up on it a little bit and use a plastic interior panel remover to split the lens from the housing. That was back when they were just kind of glued on there, and now what they're doing is, I believe they're plastic welding them together, so it creates a much tighter bond. What they've done is they started doing that so they could keep water out, keep moisture out, and prevent any problems with that. But on the other side of things, it makes it really hard for retrofitters and anybody who wants to make some switchback tow mirrors to do that. So here's what I do. I actually use my oven. I'll set it to bake, and the lowest temperature I can go on here, I believe, was 170 maybe, or 140, one of those two. Yeah, 170 is the lowest I'll go. So I'll put it at 175, I'll let it heat up for that, and I'll actually put the light in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes and kind of soften that up, and then I'll get under there with my butter knife and I'll pry it open. The reason I use a butter knife is just because it's something that's really thin and it's strong, and I'm able to get it up under there and kind of pry my way around it and kind of use it as a saw and kind of saw that plastic weld bond off, and it kind of just makes it easier for me to get it off. I've heard other people use a Dremel, other people use a razor blade and cut the shit out of it, but any of these methods, you've got to be really careful not to damage the lens, or else you're going to have a broken lens. And sometimes the lenses break and you just really can't help it. So, hopefully you'll have a set of replacement lenses hanging around so you can reinstall that onto it. But yeah, that's exactly what I do. For the most part, it's really simple. And, sometimes it'll take me a good, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to actually get them split apart, because I get so frustrated I just have to set them down and quit and start up again, whenever I feel like, I'm not going to throw it across the room. But it's definitely not something that's easy. And for those of you who complain about my prices, $250 for a set of pre-built lights, guys, that's not bad. You get the actual housing with switchbacks already installed into them. There's only a couple other companies that do that, and prices are about the same, if not just a little bit more than what I've got them. And if you want to try this at home, the work that you put into it, that probably pretty much evens out the cost and the price of the lights. Now, like I said before, I don't make money off of this stuff. I might make, $50, $100 if it's a set of mirrors, and that's just to cover supplies and shipping, because I do free shipping, so I gotta kind of include that in there, and for the most part, I don't, get it all included in there, and I still have to end up paying a little extra for shipping because it's so expensive. It's like 35 to $50 in order to ship these things because they're so heavy. The comment that was mentioned on a couple of videos ago about getting a switchback set for $80, please tell me where you got it, because that would very much help me out and to make things a lot cheaper for me and a lot cheaper for the customers who order from me. So definitely put a link down there in the comment section. Tell me where you got it that's so cheap, and I'll give you a thank you, and I'll start using that place from now on, because my current place with the discount is not that cheap. And I've not found anywhere else that sells switchback lights for under $110 for a set of 4. Now, if you're getting a set of 2 or a set of 3, yeah, obviously it's going to be that cheap. But a set of 4, no, not going to be that cheap. Definitely tell me where you got them. But yeah, that's just what I do. And like I said, a lot of people do it differently. But as far as installing the switchbacks goes, I do this. So this is the housing on the inside underneath the lens. For the switchbacks, what I'll do is I'll drill a hole here and here. That allows the switchback to slide through it, and then I mount them on the inside. Mounting is up to you, whether or not you want to use glue or the 3M adhesive tape or the beading wire. That's all up to you. But in my opinion, in order for it to make it look clean, drill the holes over here, slide the switchbacks through it. That way it covers up all the holes from the other diodes, and you mount your lights, put your lens back on, seal them up, and you can't tell that they were ever mounted on there. It just looks like it was supposed to be there. So that's my method. Hopefully this helps you guys out some, and good luck to you if you decide you want to build your own set of mirrors. Let me know how it turns out. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you.